my gosh.
It's been a minute.
Welcome back to the Unfiltered Fems.
Yes, period.
It's been since October.
That's a gap.
Like a gap.
We've had so much going on though. I feel like we needed like a break and then just wait to like restart fresh.
Well, on our last video too, I think we talked about
the apartment and stuff.
So obviously there was a lot of going on, and like we were moving into a house and settling in, and then I think I went to EDC shortly after.
I was just working.
You were on that grind, so we were just kind of like,
we'll take a little break.
Yeah, but I think that's good because now we have this new season to do,
right?
And like we're actually settled down and like ready to do it. We're motivated to do it now,
right?
I think we've talked about it in the past of like talking about our past and like we're trying to move forward, but like I think it's good to like acknowledge the past,
right?
And like talk about how funny things have happened. So like I don't know why I said that in the past episodes, but I think it'll be fun to just reminisce on everything. But me and Dolly are going to share two different stories. She has one and I have one, so I'll put the timestamps of like each one so you guys know.
It's about this family that my family met over nearly 20 years ago. And we're going to call them the Geysers, okay? There's 6 kids, okay, mind you, 6 children. And it was giving, when I met them, it was giving like Mormon, but like even more like intense, you know? It was giving almost like the Frankie family.
Well, were they all like wearing like matching outfits and shit?
Yeah, and like, you know, like the denim skirts that go down to your like knees with the buttons in the front with like a long like shirt like this.
So it's like Meet the Duggars, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Painting the picture.
Crazy, because it was giving like repression, and they were all homeschooled and not in like a normal like K through 12 type of way. It was like brainwashing. That's what I was gathering from it, from like my experience of seeing them and like being with them. So we met around like 2006, 2007. My mom met this lady, her name, we're going to call her Laurel. My mom met her at like this church thing, because my family was churchgoers. My parents still are. I'm not. But it was called like MOPS or something. It was like a mom group type thing. And my mom met...
Giving like a soccer mom meetup.
Right. And my mom met Laurel through that. And then they just started connecting. And then I think Laurel and my mom were like, oh, let's have our kids meet. Blah, 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 blah. And they can all hang out. And so we started like hanging out like occasionally, and then occasionally went to like frequently really fast. Like it was like every week. Like I'm talking like we'd meet them at like the McDonald's play place every week. Like, you know, the one, you remember that Sonic off by Stanley Lake?
Yeah.
We'd go over in that area because they were closer there than we were. So we'd go in that direction. So we'd meet them at that McDonald's. To anybody that knows Colorado and Stanley Lake and where that is, like it was up the road, but we'd do that, and then we'd go to the zoo, or we like do like homeschool like field trips together, and like we did like the zoo, and we did like the Nature and Science Museum and all that stuff. And like at first it was fine, and I remember...
Well, you were a kid.
Right, and I remember like some things, but I don't remember everything.
Yeah. We'll
start with like the manipulation stuff. So... Well, I guess it kind of correlates because they came over and cleaned our house for free because, you know, we just wanted our house to be clean. And they were like, oh, we'll do it for free. So they'd come in the summer. They were there like every like 7 days a week for like the week, and then on, off. So like, you know, we get stuff done one week, take a break, and then go back the next week. So the first week it was fine for the most part, and then halfway through so oldest girls are Andrea, second oldest is Elle, and then the third oldest is Madison. And then there's 3 more kids, but I'll get more into them afterwards. But they were like the oldest daughters, and I can tell they had it really hard, especially the oldest, because like it was giving brainwashing and manipulation. And I low key think the wife Laurel was being abused by her husband Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really pick up on it until like remembering like what it was like, because the dad was a cop, and he, you know, husband cops are like weird.
Most of them
Same
are
with like
abusive.
military men too.
Yeah, they're usually abusive.
Right. And I think, I don't want to like assume, but like he probably had an alcohol problem too.
Yeah.
So especially with like 6 kids and stuff, like I don't even want to know what that family was like. I only spent the night with them like once, and we'll get into that further down. But we'll start with the cleaning and stuff. So they were like cleaning our house. My mom, I don't think my mom ever paid them. Not that I remember. She might have. I don't know. But, you know, they were living in like what was it? It was a house. It was a house near Stanley Lake. I did all like the research and stuff. Big backyard, front end of the house. There's a garage, but it was weird because they closed the garage off and made it a pantry.
Oh.
So like they literally cemented the garage and like, or not cemented, no, cemented, and then put drywall over it so it wasn't like an opening. So they literally made that whole entryway like a pantry, and like the garage a pantry.
It really is giving the ducker.
Right. And so,
oh my God.
But 2 of the boys were crammed into one room. I think all 4 of the girls were crammed into another room, and they were like bunk beds next to bunk beds. Like it was giving dysfunctional.
So
like their
were they
house,
like living in poverty, or were they?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if they chose to live that way or if they just didn't have a choice and did live that way.
Okay.
But, and that's like the homeschooling too. Like they could have put their kids in a like private school, but I think they grew up so religious.
Oh.
Like I grew up religious too. And like I had to go to like private schools and stuff, but like it was giving like a whole different playing field.
They just wanted to shelter them.
Right. A lot of the kids seemed to have like, well, one of them I knew had like a lot of mental health issues. So it was giving like sheltered, and they were like, we don't believe in like mental health problems, you know? So, because one of the kids didn't learn how to read up until like the age of like 13. So
I'm sorry CPS like didn't get called.
No, and like that's the thing. Like I don't know if they were or not. And I actually asked my mom about like a couple things, and I don't think she knew a whole lot either. And I don't think she wanted to know, which honestly I don't.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy though, because like like some of the kids did not know how to read, and they were like older than me. Like I was like probably 8, and he was like 10. So it's just like really,
that's wild,
right? And like it just goes to show you that their method of homeschooling is just not
right.
It was not it. And like I remember we'd all go over, like my family, and then the Geyser family would go over to this other family's house like every other week or maybe like once a month, and their family was the exact same way, except they had like 12 kids. So I think it was just like a way for the moms to meet up and like, you know, my
stay-at-home moms.
Right. And like homeschool moms.
Yeah.
But they all live the same way. I'm talking like the skirts, like the denim skirts with the buttons, the bloomers underneath, the long ass sleeve shirts to be modest. You know, it's just like, and then they're like teaching the men that it's okay to be like this towards women. I'm like, what the fuck? And I remember meeting this one girl. This was like a core memory. So like this was in the stage of like Laurel like manipulating my mom into like punishment and stuff, because I remember screaming at this one kid at that other person's house when we were all there, and I screamed, "I hate you" to the kid or something like that. My mom comes out and she's like, "What did you say?" And I was like, "Nothing." We love you, Mom. If you see this, I love you to pieces. I know you didn't mean anything by it, but like we sat in the car, and then Laurel's kids sat in the car for hours while they were just sitting in Starbucks drinking coffee. And my mom would never do that up until she met her. she was leaving us in the car. She was feeding us hot sauce if we like swore. And this was like a little stint. But like,
that's crazy.
Right.
Like the manipulation towards your mom,
right.
too.
And again, Mom, I'm not upset at you or anything. Like, if you see this, I know, like, obviously it was not you. It was that fucking crazy bitch. Anyway. Because my mom, after they stopped talking, she never acted like that again, ever.
That's crazy.
And, like, my brother, I love him. He's a very chill guy now, but he was a little terror as a kid. Like, he was, you know, like, throwing like a typical kid, but, like, with added stuff. So, like, he had really bad tantrums and all that stuff. And Laurel would be like, I'll take care of it. And I don't know what they did to Luke. I don't even know if Luke remembers or if he just represses it. But it's just, like, scary. So, and
oh my God.
The only person that really saw what was going on at the time was my dad.
Yeah.
And, like, we were forced to, like, sleep over at their house. Well, not forced, but, like, my parents had to go out of town once. And it was because they had some sort of thing to do with my dad's work or something. I don't know. And every time we went over to Laurel's house, like, at this time I had a phone. And she would confiscate my phone. And my dad, being smart, he put his extra phone, because he worked, so he had a work phone and then he had like his personal phone. He put his personal phone in one of my bags, and I remember he pulled me to the side and he was like, if it gets weird, call me. Because they were in like Castle Rock or something, so they weren't that far from the house. They were probably like an hour. But my dad's like, if it gets weird around here, just call me. Which,
you know, it's a problem when like the fucking other
right,
and someone's, if an adult is like, okay.
Laurel was just like, my dad was scared for our safety.
Yeah,
because
was this pre-cleaning or was this after cleaning?
After cleaning.
Okay.
But like during the cleaning, they were stealing like $30,000 worth of our stuff. Like, one of my most prized possessions as a kid was my PlayStation 2. I'll never forget when my parents got that for me. And this is when I was homeschooled. So my mom would take it away if I didn't finish my work. And the way my mom did it was like, finish this whole booklet within a day or two, and then you'll get your stuff back. And I did finish the booklet. And my mom was like, okay, let's go get it. And she went upstairs to where my mom hid it. They cleaned that room, which was my room at the time, but we used it as the school room because me and Luke were sharing a room. And my mom was like, I can't find it. And I was like, what do you mean you can't find it? And she's like, I put it right here, I swear. And we went down to the basement. Everything in our basement was wiped clean. Like, we had nothing down there.
Did your mom not want to call the cops?
Mm-mm. I think it was the manipulation stage, too. Because, like, Laurel was like, if you help me, I'll help you type way. You know what I mean? So
your mom better have not been paying her. Like,
right.
What?
And literally, like, my mom was nice enough to give them, like, our couch. Because we got new couches and stuff. Like, you know those, like, black leather love seat and the couch in our living room at the time? We had a different color couch. It looked a lot like that one, except it was green.
Okay.
We gave them that couch. And we were doing the most, and we did not have to. But they were going out, stealing stuff. And I remember, this was during the cleaning, too, like, they had, like, they all shared a phone. All the Geyser kids shared a phone. And they tried blaming me for breaking it. And they put it on, which is stupid because I was too short to reach where they put it. They said I grabbed it off the shelf and, like, snapped it in half because it was a flip phone. And the mom was like, you're paying for a phone. And my mom was like, and I went over to my mom. I was like, I did not do this. And I told her, I was like, you know, I'm too short to reach that top shelf. Why would I do that? And
it's almost like they were trying to break you guys, like, try to get
financially. Yeah, absolutely, because they were jealous of what they did not have. And, like, that's wild. Not gonna lie, like, me and my family grew up pretty comfortably when I was younger. So, because, like, you know, I got, like, a PlayStation, and then, like, my parents slowly progressed to getting us DSs and stuff. And, like, you know, like, because all of those kids did not have all that. And they were probably taking our stuff and reselling it, too. Because
Well, they needed the money.
Yeah, and tell me why months later they got a new iMac. Like, it's like stuff like that did not add up.
Probably stole it from another person's house.
Probably. We're probably not the only victims.
Yeah.
And, like a family of God knows how many coming over to clean your house for free. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? Like, who wouldn't take that offer? But, yeah, like, they stole, like, so much of our stuff. And they tried accusing me of breaking their phone.
When they would come and clean, was, like, the kids with the mom?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just...
At all times. They had, like, one of those big, like, Mormon vans, like, the, like, church vans. That's what they drove because there's so many kids and they couldn't fit into, like, a Suburban or something.
So were the kids just running around your house while...
Yeah. And I was forced to play with the kid who was near my age. Luke was forced to play with the kid near his age. And then the youngest, Olive, who was born, I don't know, maybe a year after Luke, Emma and Luke were forced to play with her. Jacob. So it's just like they were forced to play with Jacob and Olive, and I was forced to play with Ryan. So it was just like, it was fine. And then they'd just have like these random outbursts, and like, I didn't know what to do. Because, again, it was the mental stuff.
You're a child.
And I literally ran to my mom, and I'm like, I told my mom a couple times. I remember saying, like, I want to go home. Like, I don't want to do with this anymore.
Yeah.
And we'd be at their house for upward of 5+ hours sometimes. Because we did, like, cello. I played cello, and that was one of the things, was the second oldest, the second oldest, Elle, would teach me how to play cello and violin. And then we go over to the other family's house that I was telling you guys about. We do they'd have like a music class. Like they did classes at the other person's house.
It's getting cold.
It was. And like I had to learn how to play cello. We were all sitting in this small ass room. I remember like their top house was like normal. It was really weird. It was giving like, do you remember Ma?
Yeah.
Like the basement? Their basement was like somewhat finished, and it took up the circumference of their house. But the upstairs, we were never allowed upstairs, ever. Like it was giving weird.
Probably because your stuff was up there.
Probably splitting it. The Geysers are probably splitting it with the other family.
God.
Yeah, and I remember because like that day I broke their phone. We went to Flatirons to go to the Verizon booth, and I looked at Mom and was like, "We're not paying for this, are we?" Mom was like, "My mom was smart. My mom was smart enough to be like, God no." She's like, "I told them you did not break it, and it took like 20 minutes of convincing them." And I was like, "Oh my God!" And then I'll never forget another thing. Like this was while we were friends with the Geysers. My mom got a new BlackBerry, and my mom accused me of stealing it, and I never touched it. I remember that. I would have known if I touched it and hid it or something.
You would admit it by now.
Right. And I told my mom, I was like, I never touched it, but the manipulation from Laurel? God damn it. This is harder than I thought it would be. The manipulation from her about me taking her BlackBerry was insane. Like, I get spanked like every 2 hours for not finding it. And that was just our family. But Laurel manipulated my mom so much to think that kids steal everything. So, but that was crazy. And I literally went to my dad and I was like, I didn't take it. And this is like, I think before he knew what was going on. So he's like, well, I believe your mother. So, never found it though. Never found it. And I guarantee you, it was probably one of them that took it.
Well, yeah.
So.
Where else would it have gone?
Right. And I think I was talking about that to my mom. I was like, they probably took it. And you just didn't know.
Yeah.
And, phones weren't like attached at the hip back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just have your phone and you just put it wherever. My mom would leave the house without her phone sometimes.
Yeah.
So for God's sake, like who knows if they took it or probably most likely did. But it's just crazy how they all did that. Sorry, I'm like kind of all jumbled up. Like remembering all this is just like crazy. So like I'm like mixing stuff around, and like I don't think I'm covering everything, but basically how it ended was like it was just like a really weird falling out, and all I know is Laurel divorced her ex-husband, got remarried, and from what it seems, they ran away.
The kids?
No, the mother.
Oh, okay.
And then the new husband, and then the kids were all left under the father's care and Parker. And I looked at all of their like socials and stuff, and like they all seem fine now. And I think it was mainly the mom that was doing all of that like manipulation, but it could be because of the father too.
Well, yeah,
man of the house and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, with any relationship, I feel like they gotta have a lot in common, especially when they're raising children, especially that many. I feel like they probably do have a lot of similarities.
She popped out her last kid. She's probably in her late 30s, early 40s, and when she popped out Olive, that was like 2006. So she was, I think her and my mom were the same age.
Oh my God.
And my mom was what, 46 at that time? So like that's crazy to me.
That's crazy.
So what the fuck? And like just like going on with like my brother and stuff, like I feel really bad about that. And he probably doesn't want to talk about her. God hopes I don't. I hope he doesn't remember it.
Yeah.
He probably blocked it out. But
hopefully.
Yeah, like being the oldest though, and just seeing all of that, and then just being like,
does Emma remember?
I don't know. I'll have to ask her. But just being like I said, being the oldest and just like remembering all of that crap. Yeah. And then like years go by, we were hanging up flat irons, and it was such an awkward like encounter because you left. Your mom picked you up, and I was waiting for my dad to come get me. They were in the parking lot. The Village Tavern? Mm-hmm. They were across, so I was waiting for my dad to pick me up in that area. I see them walking out with, I think, Laurel's mother, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's you!" And I was like, "Yeah." It was such an awkward like hug, and like I didn't remember a whole lot at that time. Never saw them after that. And then Luke and Emma were homeschooled, but they did like the normal like K through 12 stuff because Luke didn't want to go to school, like public school, and neither did Emma, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
But I guess they had like, like those like convention centers that do like classes and stuff or like whatever when you go for like homeschooling stuff. I think we did that at Westlake once. We had to go to like the centers for like job stuff and whatnot. Well, it was one of those, and my mom sees Laurel from across. Laurel looks at my mom in shock and turns around and runs the other way. And she only did that because she knew she was in the wrong. There's no other way of putting it.
Yeah, why else did she run like that?
Right.
Not even a wave.
Right.
That's weird.
But that was the Geyser story, everybody.
That's actually crazy.
Like, I don't know how families can live like that, especially with the Frankie family and stuff like that. Like, hopefully the Geyser family weren't as crazy as the Frankie family.
Well, my thing is like, yeah, the kids may be just as crazy, but like, hopefully they get some help too, and like, hopefully they like, God knows what they went through. They're putting you through that,
right? Because like, their punishments, all I know is like their punishments were like weird. That's all I remember. Like I remember going over and being like, they'd be like, "Oh, Ryan's punished and so is Jacob." They were doing some stupid shit, and their chores are to like pick out the grass one by one or shuck corn or whatever the case. They're the type of family to have like a chicken coop in their backyard, which they did. And mind you, this isn't a residential like possibly HOA neighborhood. So, because their house was trashed. And like, I looked online. That's what Max showed me, like their address. The house looks completely different. It was so bad when I was there, but looking at it, I was like, that is crazy. They got that house like perfect now.
Was it like hoarding? Or?
Yeah. Almost. And, there's so many people crammed into one house. It was messy. It was...
Oh, they had a lot of
kind of humid up at the top level. What else was there? Oh, they have like one of those. We have, like how we have a shed.
Yeah.
Theirs was like twice the size, so they were hoarding stuff in that shed.
Oh
no, it looked like a second house almost. And I don't know if that was like an after-built thing or if it was like, oh, and that's another thing I remember. So they had that, and then they, like when you go camping, you have an RV.
Yeah.
Their RV was parked in the backyard.
Was that hoarded too?
No, because I think some of the kids were sleeping there. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised because like I walked in there and that was a mess too. Like it wasn't clean, it was gross, and I could see like either like as punishment or as like
go sleep in the
RV.
Oh my god!
It wasn't hooked up to anything. There was no water hookup. There was no air conditioning hookup. There was nothing.
Oh my god!
And it's just now that I'm looking, that's crazy. Because like, who puts their RV like in the backyard like that? Because it's parked on a bunch of rocks right next to the house, right? And I don't think they used it for years. It was just sitting back there.
It's just giving more space to put their stuff. That's sad.
Half of the stuff was our stuff.
That's probably where they put all the
probably and the shed. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh my god.
It was crazy though. Like I don't miss it at all.
Yeah, well, hopefully like those kids are okay now.
They seem to be. I checked on Instagram and stuff. I checked on them.
That's like got to be a lot of trauma and like inner stuff.
No, I think all of them are married except for Ryan. And because like the second youngest, Jacob, I think he's married and has a kid, and he's a year older than Luke.
Oh.
So, and then the youngest, Olive, I think she's probably still in high school. So, or maybe graduated by now. So.
Jesus Christ.
But they all seem fully normal now. I mean, obviously they probably have a lot of trauma to get over and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know the oldest three, they seem to have like functioning careers and stuff from what it looks like.
Well, that's good. At least they're like on their feet now.
Right.
That's all that matters.
So it's just crazy. And I don't know how many families they've done this to. Because I remember my mom was forced to watch a couple, like the youngest ones too. And my mom almost went nuts. That, and then I remember like she was forced to watch the youngest kids a couple times, and then hold on. They were forced to watch my mom was forced to watch the youngest kids, and then all the other moms would be like, well, you're not doing anything, Linda. Why don't you watch my kid? Girl, when I tell you, there was this really young like Asian girl, I think she was like adopted. She was like cute, but she was a little nightmare. She was running around our house, throwing stuff, breaking stuff. She climbed, and remember my living room?
Yeah.
Like there was a corner that had like those like pegs on them. It was for our violins to be held. She took the violins and I think she threw one. And my mom was like, what? I remember my mom got so angry. She started yelling, and I don't blame her. She was like climbing on top of our piano, and she was like, taking the violin. All I heard when my mom goes, what the hell is wrong with you? She's like, these are my kids' violins. And I think she had them as art pieces with our names on them.
Oh.
Because it was sentimental. And she had them hanging. And I think there was like a picture of the three of us somewhere there too. And she broke the picture. And my mom was like, your kid's a nightmare. That's what she told one of the mothers. And she's like, oh, well. The mother did not care.
It's giving Colorado moms.
Right. Colorado mom, Mormon, whatever the case. But it was just like crazy.
Wow.
But
that's crazy.
I think that about covers it. Jesus Christ.
Well, sending love to
that was okay. One more thing. They were like extremely religious, and like I remember going to like church with them a couple times, and it was like chaotic. And like we had like a homeschoolers, like we had living history month, and I vaguely remember like each era. Guess what era I feel like I was put in?
What?
Slavery. Because I swear I thought I saw like a field. I swear, I shit you not.
Reenacted?
Yeah, no, they did reenactments of wars, and like we had like there was like like making clothes and like knitting. Like there's sheep. There's like a sheep farm over on one side. It was crazy. But I could see them like being like, oh well, you can go over to the field and blah 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 blah.
We finally have a character that fits.
No, because like I only saw like maybe 3 other black children. And I'm guessing their parents were, they were adopted because no black parent of a black child would be like, oh,
they would not be there.
No, hell no. I remember our snacks were like oats and berries.
No, there's no black people there.
Only the white people that adopted black children. Again, Mom, I know you didn't mean anything by this. I know you're being manipulated by that psycho crazy lady. So, but yeah, yep. Craziness.
So yeah, that was a crazy story, girl. I can't believe.
I still like.
My story does not top it, but
no, your story is gonna be iconic though, and it's gonna be on a happier note.
That's some documentary shit.
Honestly, what happened to the Geysers? Anyway.
My story time is about Vegas because I was inspired just recently because I just went. I don't even know who's counting, but I went with my best friend Allie, and I was thinking about it because I was like, so much crazy shit happens in Vegas. Like everybody knows that, obviously, but I basically like grew up there because like we were constantly going as kids, and me and my brother were there like probably 3 times a year because my dad had conferences there. I wanted to start though because like when we were kids, like I just remember like Vegas was completely different than what it is now. Like I can't even imagine what it was like in like the 90s or anything. But
the Sphere wasn't even around either, right?
Oh no, the Link wasn't there. That was like all like there wasn't even like shopping in that area.
Wasn't the Strip Fremont Street at one point, and then they just kind of moved it over?
That's when it like that was like in the 70s,
okay,
60s. But like when I started going, it was just like hotels pretty much in the mall.
Right.
But I just remember like as kids like walking around because you know how they hand out like those stripper cards and they'd be on the floor. So I remember like my dad being like, "You can't look on the floor." You like look up.
Not look up.
Start walking on the strip. So like I just remember it being very chaotic and yeah, so
that's one thing I remember too is like you got to watch out for scams and stuff. Like, let me take your picture. Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks great. Blah 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 blah. You know,
I had to explain that to everybody too because like I feel like every time I do go with friends, like I always like obviously I have to tell them like what's gonna happen. But
Miss Tour Guide, period.
And I had to tell Allie about that the 2 times ago because she was trying to take a picture with one of the showgirls and I was like, no. But anyway, my love for Vegas will always be there. I literally got married there. I got married in 24. So, yeah, I don't.
And that was my first time going, and I really want to go back at some point because, like, that was like on my bucket list, and I was like, great, I could scratch a thing on my bucket list finally, and it was just so fun, like the night scene and the nightclubs, and my hotel was really cool, and then M's hotel was really cool when I went for their wedding. It was like amazing. So
well, yeah, and I feel like Vegas is obviously like I know they're trying to make it more family friendly, but like when I don't know, I think when you're over 21, like that's when it's like wake up, club. Like you're literally constantly at the club, and like the thing is if you go in the summertime, it's day clubs. So then you're there like all day.
Right.
Grab dinner, and then you're going to the nightclub. So it's like it's really fun. It's very chaotic. But anyway, I wanted to tell a few of my stories from when I go because I swear to God, every time I go, like some crazy shit always fucking happens. But I don't think I guess we could tell the wedding one too, but I'll start from the beginning. But basically When I first turned 21, I obviously had to go to Vegas because, like, again, love for Vegas, always there, wanted to be there for my 21st birthday. So I go, like, literally, I got a flight and it left in time for when we landed. It was literally like 11 p.m. on March 5th. So it was like only an hour left. So when I was actually at the hotel trying to check in, and they were like, "You can't check in until another hour," because I was
so that's so crazy how that works. And then you wait, and then they're like, "Happy birthday! You can check in." Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to experience. But anyway, I turned 21, and obviously I go with Allie. I think. Did you? I think I invited you. Something was going on.
You did, but I think I was in Florida still.
Yeah.
Because you were 21 in 2023, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was in Florida. I don't know why I didn't go. I could have.
Yeah, I remember inviting you.
Yeah. I could have gone too, because at that time I was living rent free and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know why I didn't go.
Well, me and Allie go, and obviously we didn't really know about the clubbing because, like, again, like, I knew a lot about Vegas and I knew about the clubbing, but, like, I didn't know, like, what to do exactly. Now, if anybody has been to Vegas, you know you get a promoter. If you're a girl, you get a promoter to go to the clubs. Like, you need a promoter to get in for free. I know guys can be on the promoter list, but you have to have a certain amount of girls with you, from what I know. So anyway, me and Allie go crazy. I'm fucking getting on all these promoter lists because I'm like, I don't know what club to go to. Like, I don't even know, like, what is
How does the promoter list work? Because I'm still kind of confused by that.
So I know, like, a lot of older people will go online. I think there's a website nowadays where you can, like, just put in your info and then, like, they text you.
Okay. Do you have to pay them or anything?
No, it's completely free. They get paid for how many people they get.
Oh, like numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the higher number they get, more people they get paid. So they want people.
Right.
So
so always go on a promoter list when you go to Vegas.
Yeah, you can't get into a club without it.
Right, unless you want to pay upward of God knows how much.
Or you can go through Instagram, but that I've heard too is a little complicated because I know they base it off of, like, your looks on Instagram. So, like, if you were, like, a fucking, I don't know, like, 50-year-old and you're trying to, I don't know if they would, like.
I don't think that would fly. They probably want, like, people in their 20s.
Yeah, I don't know.
30s. Who knows?
But anyway, so we go to this club called XS, and that was our first club that we went to. And of course, they have a problem with my ID, because why wouldn't they have a problem with my ID? And me and Allie always joke too, because every time we're in Vegas, they literally hate my ID for some goddamn reason.
Did they have a problem when you went this time too?
They literally weren't going to let me in the club.
Oh my God.
I'll tell that story though, because that was the whole thing. But anyway, they're giving me a hard time. They're like, "You're not 21, blah, blah." I'm like, "Bro, I literally just turned 21 like 2 hours ago. Like, what are you talking about?" And keep in mind, it's like 2 a.m. So we finally get into the club, and they're playing, like, rap music. And I, like, thought that was, like, normal for, like, the clubs there, because I was like, okay, like, I don't know.
But it's not.
No, like, usually it's EDM. So we get in, and, like, immediately, like, and I was wearing a birthday sash, and I remember her ex at the time was like, "Don't wear a birthday sash, like, you're gonna get, like, trafficked or something." Or he said some crazy shit, and I was like, "Bro, what?" I was like, "I'm literally wearing that. I'm gonna get free drinks. Like, I'm not stupid." So I wore it, and, like, I was right, because literally everybody was coming up to us and giving us alcohol. And we were at the club, and this promoter man, Allie, if you're watching this, I don't even know what the fuck to call him. His name is Levon.
Oh.
And Levon comes up to us, and he's just like, "Oh, like, you girls are so beautiful, like, blah, 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 like, we have to party." And, like, of course, like, as two girls, the young girls were gonna be like, "Fuck you, like, what the fuck?"
Right.
But, like, I don't know, there was just something about him, like, he was, like, hyping it up. He's like, "I can get you on stage, like, I can do this for you." And I was like, okay, like, he sounds pretty cool, like, we'll save his number.
Right.
Save his number, go on about our night. We get a fucking table with this, like, group of fucking people, and I don't know if you guys know too, when you get a table, it comes with alcohol, like, huge bottles of alcohol, like, straight up liquor,
like, bottle service and stuff.
Yeah. And this guy was like, Ellie's, like, turned away, we're like sitting like this. She's talking to somebody, and I'm sitting there, and I'm turned away. And this guy, and I'm already drunk, and this guy's like, "It's your 21st birthday. Take 21 shots." And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, yeah. So he's literally like pouring me. Like, I would take one, pour, take one, pour, take one. And I probably took like, we always joke about it because like we don't even know, but like I probably took at least 8 shots.
Oh my God.
I don't know how I died. I didn't die.
Girl.
I couldn't walk back. Like, Allie had to like literally like help me.
That's crazy.
Anyway, so that was my first clubbing experience with Vegas. But after that, we did meet up with Levon, and he...
Is it the story I think this is going to be?
What?
When you guys were at the hotel.
Yeah, I'm going to tell that. Oh, that's crazy version. So Levon... I think from what I know, we met up with him, and he was like, oh, like I know this guy named Kevin, and he works like as a security guard, and he can get you guys up on stage. Well, we go to Omnia, which again, I don't know if you guys know, but Omnia is in Caesar's Palace, which it's a very iconic club. I think it's one of the biggest clubs in the world, actually. But
especially with the ceilings and stuff.
Yeah. So we go in the club. Again, promise my ID. And we finally get in, and Levon brings us up to the stage. And, like, that was the first time that I've ever, like, been on stage, because I was, like, I didn't even know, like, how that worked.
Right.
And we're, like, literally right next to the fucking DJ. Like, literally, like, right. Like, I could touch him. Like, I could literally be, like... And we talked to Kevin. Kevin was actually a really nice guy. Like, we're still friends to this day. He... It's just a very interesting character. But he's like, yeah, if you guys ever are here, like, we can get you on stage, blah, 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 whatever, right? So I remember when we got on stage, like, there was this, like, girl that just got married. I guess it was her bachelorette party.
Mm-hmm.
And she, like, tries to get on stage. Like, she's in the crowd, and she's, like, climbing.
Oh, God.
And no, it was so funny. Kevin literally just closed. She fell.
So he just like clocked her, and then wow.
I was like, okay, this is really the biggest.
He probably used to do that a lot though with security stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm married. Like, lot of people, blah blah. Big surprise! Like, you're still on stage without a like promoter.
So yeah, we did that. Whatever. We go home, and I want to say like a week went by. And Levon is texting us, and he's like, you girls need to come back. We miss you so much. We really need you to come back. And I'm like, why does he want us back so bad? Like, what the fuck? So then he's like, I'll pay you if you come. So I was like, Allie, like, we have to go. Like, what? Like, how are we going to miss out on that?
Right.
He's going to pay for our hotel. He's going to pay for our food, everything.
Right.
So, and keep in mind, like, we're in Arizona. We are very close to Vegas. So we could just drive there, like, whenever we want, pretty much. We'll get there in fucking 5 hours.
Right.
And so Allie's literally like, all right, pack a bag. We're going to go in, like, 30 minutes. Fucking, she packs a bag. I'm literally throwing all my slut outfits in my bag. And I'm, like, running out of the house. And we drive for 5 hours. And we get there probably, like, 5 o'clock. First of all, this man was hyping us up so much. He's like, I got you the nice hotel. Like, I'm going to do this, blah, 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 blah. Allie, like, if you're watching this, I don't know if you remember this, but, like, he literally was like, yeah, like, I got you guys covered, blah, blah. Acting like he's, like, oh, this rich man, right? We put the directions into the hotel. It's a fucking motel, like, off the strip, like, in the fucking ghetto.
Oh, God.
And, like, if you know Vegas, like, you know, like, if you're, like, kind of off the strip is nice. Like, they have, like, a lot of nice places. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But, like, if you go, like, outskirts, it's not safe.
Yeah.
For 2 girls that are in their 20s.
Right.
And so we're, like, out there, and we pull up, and I just remember thinking, like, oh, my God, I'm going to get fucking lice, bro. And we pull up, and First of all, he puts the hotel name like under Emily Hub, which is not my name.
Oh, so you had issues with your ID then too, right?
No, they didn't even ask for ID. That's how ratchet.
Oh. Oh God.
He gives us $100 each in cash, and he's like, "Okay, girls, go to your room, get dressed. We're gonna go out to eat." And I was like, "Okay." So me and Ellie are like, I just remember like we're in the room. And we're like all fucking crazy. We're getting dressed. And we come downstairs. We're trying to find him in the casino. And he takes us to Chick-fil-A across the street.
Not Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A across the street.
I would have thought you would have said like Nobu or like fucking, I don't know, Hell's Kitchen or something.
No. So, yeah. Anyway, we're fucking at this Chick-fil-A, just sitting in this fucking crowded ass Chick-fil-A. I'm fucking like all dressed up in my club outfit. They probably think we're getting pimped out, honestly, with this guy.
At that point, yeah.
So, I just remember like also jaywalking because like we had our heels on and we were like running across this like main road like
right
to Chick-fil-A, and like it was just so chaotic. Anyway, this was another thing. So we get back to the hotel and he's like, "Oh, I have to drop off my dry cleaning."
Oh.
And so we're like, and keep in mind it's like probably 10 p.m. I had to drop off my dry cleaning. I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah." Like, and I think we were drinking by then. And Allie's like, "Well, I'm not gonna drive you."
Right.
And so I had to get an Uber to go drop off his dry cleaning somewhere in fucking Vegas. And we're like doing stops, and then we stopped somewhere else for him to pick up something. Like, I just find it so funny, like, because people are always like, "Oh, like a Vegas experience." Meanwhile, this like fucking promoter guy's making us go to dry cleaning with him.
And your nice dinner is Chick-fil-A.
So anyway, and we get to the club, and that's when we like met up with Kevin and everything again. And Kevin's like actually rich. Like Kevin's like actually like he's got it going for himself. And Kevin was like, "Oh, like what the fuck, Levon? Like why are you taking them to foot?" Like I remember like him being like mad. And he's like, "You guys need to hit me up if you guys want a hotel, like not him. Like you guys are staying at a fucking motel. Like what the fuck?"
Okay, Kevin's iconic.
Kevin is iconic. And so he's very like Big Brother energy.
Period.
So, and even him, he was like, "It's not safe for those girls to be staying there, Lamont. Like, what the fuck?"
Right.
So, anyway, we take pictures with them. We're like, I can't even insert
Please do. Please do.
And we're just fucking, like, vibing. We're hearing all the Vegas tea. Like, I remember Kevin was telling us, like, I don't really want to out names, but this really famous DJ, like, will pick some girls, like, out of the crowd and, like, bring them up to the hotel room and like make them sign contracts and shit. Like, if they sleep with you, like, yeah, it's like a whole thing. But there's a lot of shady shit. Anyway, so we go back to the hotel, and I remember we were like, "Okay, like we're gonna leave the next morning, right, Sunday." And Lavon's like, "Okay, well, can you bring me around again?"
Bring me what?
He wanted Allie to drive him around again.
Oh my God.
So we're driving him around on the strip. Then we're like meeting up with Kevin like at TGI Fridays.
Not TGI Fridays.
We go to TGI Fridays.
Okay, but the mozzarella sticks though?
No, because it was at like 10 a.m. so they didn't have any of the fucking... I guess they have breakfast.
They do?
I guess.
That must be a special TGI Fridays.
I had French toast. I remember that. Yeah, so we went there and we're like eating breakfast, and like it was just so chaotic because like we're with these two promoter men. So fucking weird. So yeah, Lavon, I guess, was just trying to like sleep with Allie. Like there was like a night where he was just trying like it with her, and like obviously she was not having it, but it was like a very scary situation because he was like a grown-ass man, you know? Also, he has kids, and I'm pretty sure he has a wife.
Oh my God.
So it's like, and also for a backstory too, like real quick, sorry, story going all over the place, but Lavon, the only reason why he like made it to Vegas is because he was friends with this really like massive billionaire in like 2011 or something, and the guy was counting cards, this billionaire man. I don't know who
shit.
exactly it is. I remember we looked it up, like, it's true. There was pictures with them together and everything. And the man got arrested.
Oh yeah, isn't counting cards like highly illegal?
Yeah, I don't know if he got arrested for that, but I know he got arrested and he was like gonna be there for life.
Oh shit.
So LaVon was only there because he was like, he got brought out there with him.
Right, and he's kind of like stuck there.
Yeah. So yeah, he was basically living in motels. LaVon was literally just like motel hopping. That's the only reason why he got us that room, is because he had like a comp thing. And
he probably knew people like personally.
Yeah.
In each one.
Yeah.
So.
He like had no money. Like, it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because like he was just like, I know he was.
He had like a big Vegas dream and it got shattered.
And he was just hanging out with us because he like felt like he needed to like hang out with somebody. So anyway, we that whole thing happened with Allie, and like we kind of just like laid low after that because we were like, we're not gonna like talk to him, like that's kind of weird. Well, sure enough, maybe like a few weeks go by and Kevin messages me and he's like, what the hell, y'all, like what's wrong with you guys? And I mean, like, what are you talking about? And LaVon was making rumors about us, saying that me, Allie, and LaVon all had a threesome.
Oh my god.
And
Ew.
Yeah, we were like doing crazy stuff with him, and like Kevin was like, what, like why would you guys do that? And we were like, we literally would never do that with him, like
right.
What? But like he was literally telling like everyone that he's like telling like promoters this and
that's
shit. I'm
crazy.
Like, why are you telling people that?
Which ruins your chances of getting
right. So I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Also, sure enough, we're like looking at his fucking Instagram, and he's like hanging out with like all these like younger girls, like bringing them to the motels, like obviously doing drugs.
Right.
Also, this man was selling drugs, like heavy.
Oh god.
Hard drugs that were in the hotel room. We saw them in the bags and everything.
Oh my god.
So there was a lot of things going on. So yeah, that was my first Vegas experience with that. So we laid low after that. Me and Allie didn't go at all until just recent. But I got married there. So we went there in December. I think I went there after that though. At one point. I don't know. Anyway. So we go for my wedding, and of course I think it's just a thing where if you go to Vegas that you're just going to automatically run into some sort of male.
Oh, I know that my first time there, I ran into some creepy guy. It was... Ugh.
Yeah, which was following us around and fucking, getting
us drunk on Patron, and I did not drink any. Or maybe I had like one glass or like shot glass. Whatever. I don't know. He was holding a bottle of it by the Bellagio fountains, and I was like, what the fuck? But anyway.
So yeah, I think it's a thing. I don't know. But anyway, just recently, me and Allie went back and we contacted Kevin because I was like, oh, like we could finally see him again. Like we haven't seen him in like 2 years. And we meet up with him at the club. We were trying to like go to a restaurant with him or something, but like it just didn't work out like with everything going on. But it was sweet. Like he got us on stage again. Anyway, so this was the first time I was going to like an actual beach club there because I never went in the summer.
Right.
Staying in Vegas too, like, and I know there's obviously like hacks. Like this is why I told Allie too. I was like, I think I'm done like staying like on the strip. The resort fees,
insane.
We paid over $500 this time around, just for one room. And you only get like $150 back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's why they get you. Like the rooms maybe like really like they look great on like online, and you're like, oh, $80 a night, perfect. And then you get there.
Resort.
I was lucky because like I stayed at Haraz when I was there, and it might have been like the time too, like in the season, but I only paid $100 for like the fee.
Well, Haraz is a cheaper
hotel.
Yeah, it is old.
Right.
Same with Excalibur.
Right.
Like, because I know you could stay the Excalibur for like $10 a night.
Right.
Sometimes, but like we stayed at the Paris, so that was like
expensive.
Geysers, yeah. But I told Allie I'm only gonna want to stay at the Wynn from now on. I know it's expensive, but like I don't. It's just
those resort fees are too crazy.
One, it's run down for the price.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Also, Vegas is starting to fucking do deposits for reservations now.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's $50, and if you don't make it, they take it.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it looks like I'm staying at Circus when we go.
Yeah, like that's like I'm going to EDC Vegas 2026, and I was like thinking about it, I'm like we're definitely gonna have to stay on like Fremont or something. Like I'm not on top staying on the strip with all the resort fees on top of fucking EDC. Like forget it.
Fuck that.
Like, are you kidding me?
That's actually crazy.
I don't know how people do that. But anyway. Yeah, I definitely recommend going to Vegas for your 21st birthday, but be careful of all the crazy men and the promoters and nonsense. It may be fun getting on stage, but make sure you're not getting sex trafficked at the same time.
No, because like, why do I feel like you guys low key were with LeVon?
Yeah, it was definitely getting weird. Because like, what was the motive there?
Right.
Like, what was it?
Right.
He was also like posting videos of us like on stage, like on his TikTok, and like it was just not.
It wasn't giving.
The vibe.
It wasn't giving.
It was very weird. But yeah, I don't know. Every time I go to Vegas, it's fun. It's just be careful.
Right.
Men. But I think that's anywhere though.
Definitely.
Because even like Miami or like here in Mill.
Right.
I wouldn't go alone.
Because even when we were walking, what was it? When we were walking back to the hotel room and you were drunk, and this was the Vegas trip, like I got like weird vibes like from that, like, and I was afraid that guy that we met was gonna follow me home, and it was crazy too because he's like, oh, I'm staying harassed too, and he kept talking about how he wanted to take me to his room, and I'm like, dude, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, that's the scary part too. Actually, now that you bring that up, me and Allie discovered. You know how like most hotels you have to scan your card to go up the elevator?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Paris didn't have that.
Oh, so anybody could just go up there.
So anybody can go up there, and we actually had a run-in with a man, and he was chasing us down the hallway.
Oh my God.
And he was literally right up on us, and all of a sudden, like, we went to like turn, and he like scooted.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He was up on us, like.
Ew.
Anybody can go up
there. That should just be mandatory, though. To, like, even if you're going up the tower to see like the view, there should be like some sort of pass key involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I know, like, doesn't the card correlate with different elevators too? From what I'm thinking,
I think so, for different levels.
Right.
But like Paris, you could literally go up to anyone.
That's crazy. Any
homeless person can come up there, any crackhead, like, no. Fucking scary.
That is scary.
So, yeah, after that, I was like, yeah, we're not staying here ever again. But.
What was your favorite hotel to stay at in Vegas?
MGM.
I heard it's really cool over there.
MGM is probably my favorite. Well, and also now, like, with the beach clubs, too, like, they have a really nice one we went to. That's where I saw Martin Garrix. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't recommend though what was it?
Because it's that Grand, right? Not the Park MGM.
No, yeah. Okay. Park is newer. Park actually wasn't there.
Oh, it wasn't?
When I first started going. That was new. And that was actually the first time I got in trouble in Vegas because I was underage and I got yelled at for being in the casino.
Oh,
I got kicked out.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, because if you step over a line, I remember you were telling me about that when we were at the New York, and you're like, this is where something happened along that line, too.
Yeah, when we were kids, we weren't allowed. Like, and it's sad, too, because, like, I see some parents there, like, if you walk around, like, parents will make their kids just stand on the
I remember when we were at the Mirage, like, I was with your mom, and we were just, like, doing the slot machines. Yeah. I saw the parents, like, walk over to the machines, and the kids were just standing by the fountain just waiting.
What the fuck? But yeah, be safe and don't go clubbing by yourself. Just always go with a buddy. That's my best advice.
Buddy system.
Yes.
Period.
But we love Vegas and we love Mormon people.
Well, they do make freaky fucks. I don't know if I can put that in the... They do make fun playmates.
I can't.
Shout out to MICK. So,
God.
yeah.
But I think that wraps it up, though, on our stories.
Yeah. Welcome to season 3. Period.
Oh, we should have said that in the beginning, damn it.
Yeah. Well.
Whatever. But yeah, we hope that you guys will stay tuned.
Live in good health.
I know we have to think about a lot of more topics.
We'll think of some.
Maybe I'll put a poll up or something.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to do that. But we appreciate you guys watching, as always, and we hope you enjoyed our story time.
Yes.
They definitely gave us a little bit of trauma, but it's okay.
No, I feel like it's good to talk about it. I can't afford therapy.
Right?
So
that's why we have this podcast.
That's why, and this is good for y'all. So if y'all want to, like, if some of you guys like want to join or something, like, hit us up. Like, especially our close friends and stuff.
Yes.
So, because I do want to bring on like some guests at some point. Not like right away, but
from Colorado, I definitely want to. I don't have any friends here to do that.
Same.
But to interview from high school and stuff, I think that would be interesting. So, but we appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the Unfiltered Fems.
Period.
Watch this. Shake it.